At it again, and we've got to talk about Nancy Pelosi because she recently went on MSDNC. I'm sorry, MSNBC, and the host on MSNBC said something back to her, and she absolutely lost it, and it is hilarious to watch. She also says some other crazy stuff in this, but we're going to be diving into that today. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button if you are new, and let's dive in.
I want to ask you about former President Donald Trump running for re-election again. Mitch McConnell was on Meet the Press over the weekend saying he stood by what he said about January 6th, stood by his vote for acquittal in the Senate on the trial. He believes Donald Trump's responsible for January 6th, but he also says he's going to support the nominee for president, which is going to be Donald Trump. He thinks Joe Biden is too dangerous. And then Bill Barr is kind of doing the same thing. He was on CNN on Friday, and he was asked about this immunity argument that Donald Trump's lawyers are making, that that anything he does can be considered, or a president does, can be considered an official act, even if that means assassinating an opponent.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think they're trying to toe the line just in case, right? They feel like Trump is going to win, but just in case he doesn't, right? The whole Mitch McConnell. Well, I do feel like he started J6, and Bill Barr. I don't like either choice, but do you guys think they're kind of like towing the line a little bit, like just in case Trump doesn't win, I'm still in my good graces with these folks over here. Y'all let me know in the comment section. That thought just popped up in my head as she was saying some of that stuff. But, yeah, let me know.
Just play a little bit of what Bill Barr said about what he believes Donald Trump would not do, or would not do if he were elected again.
I remember him being very mad about that. I actually don't remember him saying executing, but I wouldn't dispute it. It doesn't sound. The president would lose his temper and say things like that. I doubt he would have actually carried it out. That's my feeling, having worked for him and seen him in action. I don't think he would actually go and kill political rivals and things like that.
He says he would hear Donald Trump say, have someone executed, I guess more than once, he says in that interview, but he doesn't believe that he would ever do that. Do you think that that's, from your experience with Donald Trump, do you think it's obviously different from his experience, rational?
Well, what do we care what Bill Barr says? What we care about is what the candidate for president of the United States says, and he says it with great bravado. He even says if you beat up if you beat up the press, I will pay for your legal fees. So, again, those who care about the Constitution and who have studied all this have said, how can you say that a president can commit an illegal act and not be accountable for it because he's no longer president? Person could do whatever he wants to do and resign, and then he's free off the hook. So this is really, if this court doesn't rule in the right way, we have real concerns about our democracy and the three branches of government. And we have to take a look at term limits for the courts or something, but that's neither here nor there. Right now, it isn't what Bill Barr's interpretation is if he thought he heard it or didn't hear it. What it's important is what Donald Trump has said. Donald Trump is a great...
Did you hear what she slipped in there? Term limits for the court. I got to run that back. She tried to slip it in there, and then I think she realized what she was actually saying, and she said, oh, and then she tried to, move on to something else. Because, yeah, Nancy, you should have term limits yourself.
Illegal act and not be accountable for it because he's no longer president. Person could do whatever he wants to do and resign, and then he's free off the hook. So this is really, if this court doesn't rule in the right way, we have real concerns about our democracy and the three branches of government. And we have to take a look at term limits for the courts or something, but that's neither here nor there. Right now, it is...
Have to look at term limits for the court, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, because you need term limits, Miss. My net worth is $200 million, but my salary is six figures. You have a salary that's less than $300,000, but your net worth is like $200 million. Yeah. We know what's going on. We know exactly what's happening. But also, if the court doesn't rule in Trump's favor, well, then that means Joe Biden is in some serious trouble. He's committed a lot of crimes. A whole lot.
That's not what Bill Barr's interpretation is of if he thought he heard it or didn't hear it. What it's important is what Donald Trump has said. Donald Trump is a great threat to our democracy. What is a democracy? What are the pillars? What are the pillars? A free and independent press to tell the story of what's going on, to keep everybody informed of what people are saying and doing. That transparency is essential. An independent judiciary when they're practically threatening on TV exposure of jurors in a trial of the president or any trial, and any of that. What is an independent judiciary? Is about free and fair elections, and what do they do but suppress the vote? So there's nothing in his performance, if that's the word we'll use, what he has done, that would indicate that he cares, prioritizes, or ever valued or did anything to support a democracy. And now on the ballot saying he should have immunity from whatever he might do. I mean, really, I have sympathy and respect for everybody who votes. I'm just glad people vote. I know some of them will always reject those of us who may look different to them in leadership or the rest, and that's that. But there are those who have real legitimate concerns about immigration, globalization, innovation, and what does that mean for their job and their family's future? And we have to address those concerns. And Joe Biden is doing that, created 9 million jobs in his term in office. Donald Trump has the worst record of job loss of any president. So we just have to make sure people know.
That was a global pandemic.
He had the worst record of any president. We've had other concerns in our country. If you want to be an apologist for Donald Trump, that may be your role, but it ain't mine. And he has.
She was just telling it like it was. We had a pandemic. That was the situation. So there was a lot of jobs gone. Did you see how Nancy Pelosi paused for a minute? How dare you? If you want to be an apologist. This is funny how they hate the truth, right? They always point, oh, well, Trump had a bad jobs economy. But they failed to mention what happened at the very end, right? This whole pandemic that happened, they failed to mention that part. And, oh, well, Trump had a bad job economy. What? Huh? What about before that? Exactly. But I gotta run that back because that's hilarious.
Some of them will always reject those of us who have real legitimate concerns about immigration, globalization, innovation, and what does that mean for their job and their family's future? And we have to address those concerns. And Joe Biden is doing that, created 9 million jobs in his term in office. Donald Trump has the worst record of job loss of any president. So we just have to make sure people know.
That was a global pandemic.
He had the worst record of any president. We've had other concerns in our country. If you want to be an apologist for Donald Trump, that may be your role, but it ain't mine. And
I
he
don't
has
think
the worst.
that anybody can accuse me of that.
No, but let me just say, as a Speaker of the House, we put forth
Anybody else think this is absolutely hilarious? How she just pauses and then just repeats the same thing? And then accuses someone on MSDNC of being a Trump apologist. She just stated a fact. Just stated a simple fact. But of course, Democrats don't like facts. They don't care about facts unless they fit the narrative. If they don't fit the narrative, then it's, how dare you? You know, like that famous line that, oh crap, I forgot the chick's name. The climate chick, whatever, had said that one time during a speech or whatever. You know, it's how dare you mention anything good about Trump or mention anything that puts Trump in a good light. Bro, these people are liars and snakes. Liars and snakes. You can't even tell the truth without them getting angry. The truth should just be the truth. Like, she should have said, well, yeah, you have a great point. You have a fantastic point. Now, if she had a real point, she could have said, okay, well, I meant before the pandemic that happened, you know, this was the job. But it ain't the truth, first off. Everything was great before that happened, so she couldn't. That would be a lie. But because Democrats are so dishonest and such terrible politicians, how dare you? I just wanted to show y'all that, man, because I thought that was absolutely hilarious how she got angry at the truth. Is that where we're at now? Democrats being angry about the truth? Goodness gracious. Y'all let me know what you thought about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.